You aren't supposed to be here. This is probably like an anchovy or something. Anchovies are kind of glitched, so they're really hard to catch. Oh, nope, we just made 90 scrap. That's pretty cool. Check this out. You wish you were me, bro. You wish you were me, man. You want to get as close to you as possible. Nice, nice. That's the ticket. I would say Rust probably has the best fishing mechanics of any video game I've ever played that has fishing in it. That's a fact. The main reason for that, for it being so good, you can actually be good at the fishing mechanics. It's not just like, oh, wait for a bite, oh, and then you got a fish. And that's a shitty fucking tier fish. Nah, bro, the fishing in this game is good, bro. It's fun and engaging. It has a sort of gameplay loop. If Postal had fishing in it, that'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna go get a snack. Or a drink. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So you'll notice there is a variety of strategies, but the most profitable is to use small trout. And salmon is baits for shark. Anything else you got other than sharks of course. The strategy is to tap it, don't hold it. You'll notice also that the tempo actually matches up with the tempo of temporomandibular grind from Postal Redux Rampage mode. There's no losing when you use a salmon or a trout. They have the same bait level. Salmons just drop blue cards and more scrap. But it's always more profitable to use them as bait for sharks. This one is probably a trout. What? I don't think we got anything from that. I'm just gonna go get a drink now. Oh hey, tea. Alright, it's a snack then. I'm gonna go get a snack. Maybe a pickles. Maybe applesauce. Swows. Oh, I just broke my ankle. Maybe I'll eat something else. Maybe I'll just have a croissant. Or maybe I'll have a pickle. Cool. It two. We've also got some Arizona tea. The map we've got is really inconvenient for a fishing playthrough. The bandit camp, the fishing village, and the outposts are very far apart. They directly connected to the road. Although you can get to bandit camp with a boat and also outpost with a boat, but let's think. If you go to Moab, mother of all boats, you can go over here, go to bandit camp, get your AR, and all that. You can get your food, and then you make it all the way over here to Outpost, and you buy your materials to make a base. You would probably make the base in your lighthouse, maybe maybe a boat base or something. You maybe spend a couple dozen minutes fishing. Catch. Watch this be a shark. Oh no. How do I get a easy 2K scrap? Well, Tyler, there's a variety of ways. The easiest way to get scrap would be to run monuments on a server with 0 people. However, if your monuments are too crowded, you can run roads. If your roads aren't profitable enough or they're too crowded, you could try farming the oceans with barrels. You can make a boat base, but the method I'm doing right now, fishing, you can do it in a safe zone. You're making food while you're doing it, and if 2 hours of fishing and 2 hours of boat farming, like ocean farming, they yield different amounts of scrap. Fishing is 10 times more profitable. You can check the amount of time that I've been fishing, right? And you'll compare. You could do that, right? You could boat for 2 hours, or you could fish for 2 hours. If you fish for 2 hours, you make just an absurd amount of scrap. So how you do this? You get some raw meat, put it on your fishing rod, and then you get anchovies, or you get a salmon or a large trout. You gut that one, and then that's your bait. That's the rest of the bait that you use. And then the next salmon or small trout that you catch, you put it on the rod, and you will either catch a salmon or another trout, so you'll earn back your bait, or you'll catch a small shark. And you get 2 small sharks. You can sell it for 90 scrap at the fishing village, and you're entirely safe while you're doing this. Nobody can shoot at you. You're not going to be able to lose your loot. You could even do this to like an extreme, right? When you get that 2,000 scrap, you could research so much things. You could go to Outpost and Bandit Camp. You could get an LR, you could get a Spaz 12 and an M92. You could buy the materials for a base, right? So we've just earned back our small trout. And this shark never got the sharks. Never. You can choose to only get trouts and keep salmons and sharks, but I prefer to use salmons and small trouts as bait. So all the scrap that's in my hotbar right now that you're seeing, 540 scrap, I've gotten it from fishing on stream. You can go to the start of the stream and check if you want to. But yeah, I think Jafar has a video on it. That's JFARR. It's a very enlightening video about fishing. I am, without a doubt, the best fisherman in all of Console Rust. This is not because of the amount of fish I catch, but with the reliability of how I catch it. It doesn't matter if you get like 1,000 bites and you only catch 100 of them. You know. Look at that. 2 small sharks. Come over here. We're about to get 90 scrap. If you were to farm the ocean for like 30 minutes, you would get 90 scrap. And you would run the risk of being shot at by clans with bolties, or being chased by by a clan. There's also another thing you can do, which is diving. So, say you get a little bored of fishing, come over here. This guy sells diving equipment. So this is 45. So for a little bit over 100, you'll notice when you go under the water, there's these silhouettes. The one I'm literally looking at a sunken ship. You go to those sunken ships, there's these chests, they're like large boxes. They have an entire hot bar's worth of like scrappables and whatnot. If you do this with a boat, you could easily make like 2,000 scrap in about 2 hours. It's crazy, man. That is if you are recycling what you earn. But yeah, if you're exclusively playing like as a fisherman, like I usually do, I just gather a bunch of cloth and like hide all of my loot in stash boxes like just outside of fishing village, so I cannot get raided. I suck at PvP, but I have a knack for this particular fishing thing. It's crazy, man. It really is crazy. But yeah, the secret to fishing is tapping the buttons or the joystick or whatever, and you tap them at max 4 times, and then you count to 3 like in your head a little bit. It's a little hard to explain, but it works. It really does. Watch, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna hold next catch I get. I'm gonna hold down the buttons instead of tapping them. And that was an anchovy, right? But if that was like anything more difficult, then it would have been really bad. So it's only good for like low tier fish, like anchovies, sardines. Those just give you enough bait to keep going, you know. Oh, this is a good bite. This is a good bite. Yeah, I hope that helps, man. Look, salmon. Now, since we're good at fishing, we basically have a guaranteed shark. It's kind of like this thing where like you can also gamble, right? You can also gamble. If you start out with 200 scrap, you divide it into 10 piles of 20. You have a base bet of 20. Bet it on either 3 or 1. Usually you'll want to bet it on 3. So you bet 20 on 3. Then if you lose, you put another 20, so that would be 40. And then that would make it so, and then if you lose again, you put another 20 on there. And by the time you win, it will be as if you won all those other bets. This is an immense amount of profit, and the chances of you actually losing all of your scrap are statistically low, but it's happened to me before, so I would have a bet threshold of 90, so don't go above like 90 or 80, I mean, when you do this. Well, what I just described. I think we do have a small shark here. This shark is really stubborn. Patience is key when you get the sharks. Doesn't matter how far away he gets, all that matters is that he's still on the line. And there we go, small shark. Make sure to put him in your hotbar so you don't accidentally gut them. It's happened to me a lot of times. It's very painful. eating these Make-A-Wish Foundation fucking pickles. I think they're gonna give me cancer. Ugh. Small shark? Nah, it's probably a salmon or a... I'm thinking it's a trout. It's a trout. It's definitely a trout. Yeah, it's a trout. We've basically got a guaranteed shark at this point. Guaranteed scrap. Guaranteed 700 scrap at this point. This is definitely a salmon. Salmons are better than trouts because you can get 55 scrap for them, as opposed to, I think, 35 scrap for a trout. For 2 trouts, I mean. You know, this one's definitely a trout or a salmon. This isn't a shark. This one isn't fighting enough to be a shark. I hope I'm proven wrong, actually. And I was. Make sure to always taunt the game about it being a small shark. But yeah, you'll notice 55 scrap for a salmon. Need five small trouts for 30 scrap. That's not a good deal, man. It's not a good deal. Dude, these are the worst pickles I've ever tasted in my entire life. I thought Vlasic was overrated, but truth is, they're heroes. Like, no wonder they filled up all these... They filled up the jar up to the rim, right? It's because these pickles are just dog shit. Like, utter dog shit. Seriously, how is the outside dry? It's been marinating in there for God knows how long, right? How do you have a dry pickle? Like, I'm just eating a fucking zucchini with, like, vinegar inside of it. Like, I'm squeezing this pickle. My hands are fucking dry. Like, I thought it was physically impossible to have a dry pickle, man. This is definitely a shark. Do I have a fucking Tyler 1 dent in my head, dude? I fucking do, man. There's a dent in my head. Like Tyler 1, dude. From the headphones. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself, dude. Oh, that's fucked. It's fucked in the head, man. That's a sick sensei. I'm gonna start wearing my fucking headphones on the top of my forehead now. I'm gonna be insecure about that for the rest of my life now. I'm never gonna go bald. Well, I mean, maybe I will. Tyler 1. Oh, small shark. This is the easiest small shark I've ever got in my life. $800 scrap, easy, baby. Let's go. You know what I think we're gonna do? I think we're gonna keep this scrap. In a stash box somewhere. There's a bush over there, so. Alright. Oh, wait. It'd be pretty bad if we forgot to hide that. You know what, I'm gonna end the stream.